What's
Yo,
going on, everybody?
what's
Welcome
up?
to Terrahash Tuesday, and we are streaming on X.
Oh, watch out.
I, yeah,
I
using
kind of
use.
feel like a trendsetter now. Everyone's streaming
Yeah,
on X
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, I mean, it was always an option in streaming, and I just never did it. So I figured, this is the practice run, right? So
Yeah, it's
figured
nice. Not bad, not bad.
figured why not? But I am curious though in my StreamYard chat if it'll say if it's from the
It might. I'm not
if
sure.
yeah. I mean, I've never streamed on X, so I have no idea how that's gonna roll. So
Yep.
yeah. So what's going on, Hawk man? What's how was your day, man?
Same old. I was on
Uh,
daddy duty all day. So, yep. That's pretty much all I got at the moment. I am getting ready to fix. I am going to fix our new thing we're going to release tonight. I'm just making sure I have it all set up so we can move forward. We have an announcement tonight. It's pretty cool. I kind of like it. I'm getting the
There
whole
he is, there he
Discord
is.
riled up.
Look, now he's all fucking jazzed up now before he's just like, man, it's just another
Yeah,
day, another
I'm
day
getting the
being
whole
dead.
Discord riled up. It's kind of nice. Everybody's like, "What is it? Free?" There's some really good guesses in here, though. One of them was like a pallet of L9s, free hosting, King shaving his beard. Let's see, what else did
I,
we get?
I, I mean, actually, some people have seen me without my beard. There's pictures, old
Yeah,
ones.
scary pictures. Terra hired Panda. Let's see. Free electricity for everyone. Let's see. There's some
Definitely
good
not.
guesses in here. There were some really good guesses in there.
free free
Ah,
electricity for everyone. Oh
yeah,
my
no,
god.
no.
Uh,
Let's see.
Today was man, I feel like some days I feel like I'm in corporate America here. Like I'm like answering emails and in Zoom calls. It's the
Hmm.
thing that when I used to work at my plant, I said I would never do, and yet here I am. Here I am doing it right now. I might be able to show this tonight. I'm actually talking to them right now because I want permission so I can show it, but I know that we could talk about it because they were showing it on at BTC Nashville. But I am currently I was on a call today for a long time with Hive West, talking to them about their enterprise solution. So I actually have access, and I have some machines temporarily. They're on Foreman and they're on Hive OS, right? So I can just so there's no disruptions. But I am currently testing the Hive OS system, and it looks 100
Yeah, it
times
looks good.
better
Yeah.
than Foreman. And they offer a lot of stuff. There's even some new implementations for like warehouse management, to where you could like have where they're going to try to work with distributors for stock. And the idea I said about the DHL and shipping, they took it one step further, right? They're talking to a few of the top repair centers in the US right now and getting it so they can actually track the repairs as they're done. They're actually working with a few, they said. So, um, which I thought was really cool. So there's a lots of really cool implementations. I'm not going to show anything until Marcus gives me the okay. So I just sent him a message. So we'll see if he gets back to me. Um,
Yeah.
and then I'm starting to do my AI stuff. I'm slowly putting the machines on the platforms. You know what I mean? Because it's like, um, it's like I can't get all the machines on. It just takes a lot of time, and I don't have that much time. So what I'm doing is I'm getting all the machines on the AI platforms, and then I'll turn them all off, recycle all of them, and start all fresh again. And then, just by rebooting all those machines, and then I'll measure the power. Um, so I got back on Flux Core, and
Hmm.
everybody's like, "Oh man, there's no money to be made on Flux Core." I got rented within like 3 hours, and it's been solid rented the entire time I've been on the thing since then. Not one hiccup in service. Um, so it's going really well. Now to be fair, I did put a 4090 on there, so I didn't just put any little tiny little GPU on the market because I heard that they were in need of 4090s, right? So it actually was. I'm actually trying to, get a GPU that they need. So I'm more amped to get a job than if you use like a 3060 or something, right? I have no idea how the 3060s or any other cards are looking right now. Um, but I'm doing good. I'm making 26 cents an hour on that thing, which I did it for the 24 hours. It's $6.24. Now, as far as I know, there is no fees, right? But
Mm.
obviously, there's going to be a fee when you move the flux and convert out, right? There's going to be fees there. Um, and what else I notice is that you don't get that money in an account, right? You have to wait till the job is actually over. So the money's just building until it completes, right? Now, if you turn off before said job is over, you will take a penalty, right? Now, I know Max said last night that he was like a 10% penalty because it wasn't like he purposely shut down the rig or something like that, but it can be up to a 20% penalty um, on that for Flux Core. But I mean, I think it's coming along. They just made announcements in the Discord. I know that for sure, that they are planning on actually having the release full on to the public launch, press release next Tuesday. Is it next Tuesday or the Tuesday after? It says Tuesday, Wednesday. That's okay. That's today. Thursday's Discord community launch. Monday's Flux social channels, and then Tuesday public launch. So real exciting stuff from Flux. That they're finally able to get it done here. Here, let me change the background here. There we go.
All right, so I'm just going to make this announcement to everybody watching before I start putting it and blasting it on social media so other people don't take your spots. Trying to give our community preference. So we are going to be offering now $5 Cumulus nodes. I've already changed the prices. Everybody who currently has a Cumulus node, you will also see the price decrease at the end of the month through your subscription. So there's a limited number of spots for the $5 because we really do want to fill up these nodes. So that makes the Flux nodes currently profitable by, I think, a couple dollars a month, I think. So that price will not change. So if you guys go to terrahosting.io, go fill out the forms. Make sure you fill out the forms. Okay, don't buy the node without filling out the form. Even if you have an existing node already, fill out the forms. And that will be, I haven't pushed this out yet because I don't want everyone to jump on it. I want you guys to have first preference. Go ahead.
But people who have already subscribed though will on their next cycle of when it renews.
Next cycle it'll lower. So if it's 10, it's probably going to be $10 or prorated down this month. But if it's like, I don't know, it might be like $6 or $7. I don't know how the subscription thing is going to work. But if it doesn't lower this month, it'll lower the following month because I just changed it about an hour ago. So Frank said only 10 spots. LOL. Just kidding. No, we have how many spots we have, King? At least 100, right? For Cumulus at the moment. So once they're gone, though, they're gone. So King will let me know when they're full, and then I'm going to close them. So, but hey, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So if you guys want any, just like I said, if you have existing nodes, fill out the form. King, you mind getting some music, man? I just feel like I'm like hearing myself think. How much flux does it take? So I know I have to say this. We do not give you the 1,000 flux that you need to stake for a Cumulus node. I know that a lot of us already know that, but there are people who have emailed and said, "Oh, where's the 1,000 flux for this?" I'm like, no. You have to provide that. So I just want to make it clear because we have to make it clear. We do not give you the 1,000 flux. But I'm going to go ahead and do the social media post. I'm going to give everybody some time. from our community to go there and take some of the spots. And then tonight into tomorrow, I'm going to be pushing it hard in their Discord and all that other stuff. Keep it amongst yourselves, only in here. I mean, if you guys want to post it later on tonight, that's fine. But the minute I announce this in the Flux Discord, we're going to get an influx, no pun intended, probably of people moving from different platforms. So
it Flux. Oh my god.
So Alpha Mind says, I'll send you 1,000 Flux, you send me 2,000 Flux back. All right, cool. What 1K and $5 nodes? Sign me up, says Crypto Mikkel. So yeah, if you guys want, King, sorry, you're probably gonna get bombarded with node stuff. Good thing you got that automation though. It makes it 10 times as fast, right? So
yeah. I mean, part of the process is automated. The majority of it.
So
Frank is asking what cards does the Flux Core need? As far as I know, 3090s and 4090s is what I know. And I'm running folding at home right now is the job I'm running. I looked it up. Very clever. King ain't doing nothing. Hey, there's still a little bit of work at Ansible, okay? I have to input all the information and I have to enter in, the API ports and where it's going. Okay, there's still a little bit of work, all right? Unless you're an existing customer, then it's like only 2 lines of code I have to put in, and then it's really easy. But yeah.
Let me know. I did test it, so it should work. If you guys have any issues, I just tested it here, so I do see the $5 there. So let me know if anybody has any problems. I'll be around tonight, and I have to do some of the promos and stuff, and I got a lot of other stuff to do for Terra today. So I'm gonna finally, little man's asleep, so this is when I start the rest of my work. So Techman Ty, are you renting node hardware too? No. So as GPU Risers mentioned in the chat, we own all of our hardware to host the, he said hose the nodes. He meant host. He's not hosing anybody, at least not here. Everything is in our own data center. It's all our own hardware.
That's great.
There's good things with that and there's bad things with that. The good thing is that we control the hardware. So if there's a problem, we can fix it really fast. The bad thing is that if there's a problem and we have to move it, it could mean a little bit of downtime and move everyone over. There is pros and cons, but this is actually adding to the decentralization of Flux and their nodes, which I know is a big deal to some people. Even though we do have them in one location, we're not a major data center yet, and this is somewhere where we have a really good uptime with it. So as far as there have been blips, King has been really good about fixing those blips when they happen, but yeah, I would say that the nodes have been on over 99% of the time. So it's very hard to get anywhere near 100, but I would say around 99% those nodes have been active without issues. So if you guys have an issue, you get into the Terra Discord, you open the ticket, make sure you please put your name in the ticket because my crystal ball is broken and I don't know whose Discord names or what their real names are. And then, yeah, so very simple, very easy. And then there's a software through there's a link with SecondTL that is also in the, I believe it's on the user profile in the Terra hosting website. But if you need the link to it, I can put it in, I think I can pin it to the node chat, or SecondTL can actually pin it because he's a mod. And then you can go there and put in your IP address and you can monitor all your stuff for your node there. And I recommend doing that. Let's see here. SecondTL Mind says, if you want to show people what they can expect and profitability. Okay, so the Flux node profitability, I think it's at like right around $2 at the moment. Profit.
Travels. The AMD support actually, the 7900 XT and 7900 XTX is supported on VAST. They do. I don't know how well it's supported, but they do have it out there because of Rockham. But I don't know of very many of them on there. So
okay, so I'm gonna pull up Flux. I'm gonna show everybody what they make real quick. So it's 2.8 Flux a day, which or is it a day? No, what does that say? Node tier cumulus reward amount is 2.8, but you do get the parallel assets. So have to see. Second TL, do you have a good calculator to punch it in? Because I actually never looked up the calculator. I just always would just have it and let it run. Let's see. Check in chat. Second TL says sent you a DM. All right, cool. What do you got? Aha, here we go. Okay.
And also, in a little under a year, Flux is going down there.
So, all right, so here you go. So Second TL sent me this. This is his basically his platform where you can put in your wallet address and you can monitor everything with your node. I believe this is his on here. And you can go and see like what his Cumulus is making. One node is making $7.22 a month, I believe. So it's doing a dollar. What is it? $7. Sorry, I'm confusing the things. $7.22 a month for one node, and it's $5 to run. So we're the first company to offer a Flux node that turns it into profitability. Nobody offers them for $5. Everybody is just about $10 at the moment. So there you go. So this is kind of what the platform is. There's a link to this in your profile at terrahosting.io. So excuse me 1 second. Checking chats. Let's see. All right, so looking at chat real quick. I gotta catch up. Sorry. Crypto Craze Hall Crypto Mining King. Also keep in mind that Flux has. Oh, that's right. He read that already. Sorry. Toggle the estimate on the left hand side. So estimated earnings. Oh, okay. You can. Oh, okay. Monthly, daily. Okay, so you can toggle it here. Oh, that's pretty cool. You can see how many. Okay, so what's really cool is you can see how much Flux you're making as well. I think a lot of people like that. So daily, you're making 0.43 Flux on a Cumulus. A month, you're making 12.7. USD, this is what it's making here. So we do have the Stratus and Nimbus nodes as well, but we have not changed the price of those as of yet because we're going to see how far we can take the Cumulus nodes first. And then if that doesn't fill up, then we'll maybe adjust the Stratus and Nimbus, but I don't think we're going to move it at the moment. Parallel assets at the bottom and when you can expect your payout at the top. Okay, so parallel. King, you know how to read this a little bit better because I'm all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, let me make it bigger here. I'm on my laptop. So you can see over here on the left side, you can see that the total number of nodes up at the top right has the actual utilizations. It's the top, but to the left, and it's the second row of bars. Okay. But so yeah, you can see all the CPU utilization, RAM utilization over the network. This actually APIs into Flux, so you can actually see what's actively being used right now, and it's actually not being used that much. I mean, the nodes are at 50% utilization, but their overall actual hardware utilization is actually very, very little, right? And then you can, and then above that, you can see the total number of nodes: Cumulus nodes, Nimbus nodes, and Stratus nodes. And then you could do estimated earnings. I think you already did that part though. The estimated, $7, yeah. And then down there where he has the IP address right there, that's one of our public IPs from our block. But yeah, right there in the middle, it has all the breakdown of your Flux OS, your Flux version, your read and write, your RAM, and kind of cores, threads, and benchmarking and all that stuff. So, yeah, I don't know.
So real quick, for an answer for Royce, he says, is it paid to your wallet or just a 1K stays in your node? Okay, so how it works, Royce, is it's like staking almost. You take the 1,000 Flux. What you do is you have to send it to yourself. There's a couple setup guides, but what you do is you send it to yourself, right? God, I haven't done this in so long. Jeez, King's the guy to talk to, but you could always pull it out of the node if you had to. It's not locked.
I'll answer this. So this is...
Yeah, go ahead. You have at it.
So even if you didn't send it to yourself, this happens. But so you're going to want to take it and send it back to your own wallet and make sure it's 1,000 even. No fees or anything. Just 1,000. or 12,500 for a Nimbus node, or 40,000 for a Stratus node, right? In one single transaction, you send it to yourself, okay? And then in Zelcore, right? Because you have to do all this in Zelcore, by the way. You can't be using like Binance and using like Flux ETH. This has to be native Flux inside of Zelcore. You have to send it to yourself, okay? Then in the app section, it will spawn a node, right? And it'll be offline. And then you go to the edit section of that node, and then you can get all of the information that you need to spawn it, which is what you fill out in our node form, right? So that way I could spawn the node for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it's done spawning, you can put in the specific IP and port, but you don't have to. You can just do 0.0.0.0, and then it'll just automatically find it on the blockchain.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we sold 5 nodes already, which is pretty cool. As soon as I make the announcement, guys, it's going to blow up. So make sure if you want one for Flux, I'm giving everybody preference now before I really start pushing it out. Once I do a Twitter post and Run on Flux retweets it and gets in their Discord, it's going to be bedlam. So, yeah. So, no problem. All right, got it. So, all right, so I can swap Honey into Flux. Sure you can. Maybe simpleswap.io, maybe.
Yeah, you would have to use Simple Swap or something like that to do that. And at any point too, you can cancel the node inside of Zelcore, and the Flux is still there in your wallet. You don't have to worry about it like going somewhere. Like, it's right there in your wallet, and as soon as you cancel the node, you can send it. But as soon as you do cancel it, you do stop earning your rewards, though, just so you know. And Dave and the veteran miner is my 24-hour tech. He does it at night when I sleep.
Let's see. Looking at all of this. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much the big news for tonight. Like I said, you guys have preference on it. So if you want to expand your Flux node operations, then $5 Cumulus node is going to be your friend. And then I'm going to push out everywhere else. Damn it, my Titan node doesn't expire until 9/7. I could do 4 Cumulus as Rusky. King, how do you feel about if somebody reserves the spot, the subscription, and then maybe sends the form a couple days later? Would that be something possible? Would that be okay? Just to get their spot locked in?
I mean,
is that all right with you?
You're going to have to let me know, like, which people don't.
Yeah, I already have one guy already. I have one guy already. Okay. So if you guys want to do that, you can. You just got to you got to message me, and you got to let me know who you are. So, and how many you reserved. Obviously you have to fill out your name on the thing, but just message me and let me know. Say, hey, I'm going to start this on this date, and send the information so I can lock up the subscription for you. So if you have to wait for payouts or whatever.
Ivan, my 4090 on Flux Core is a 10900K with 64 gigs of RAM, a 2 terabyte NVMe, and a 4090. It's a decent little machine, so she's kicking butt. And then Nate G, I mean, I haven't built a Flux node normally in well over a year. I don't build them by hand anymore. I use Ansible. So thank you to Tech Doofus, who taught me Ansible, at least enough to be able to use his fork. And I made my own fork from his GitHub and stuff like that. So yeah, I haven't built a node by hand in a very, very long time. And I don't ever want to ever again.
Yeah, it's I got denied trying to log into the Terra site. Does it auto reset? Let me check for you, my brother. Static. Hold on.
I'm gonna take this off screen though for
no, it's fine.
And I'm gonna bring this back over here. I'm gonna show just these for a couple minutes. but I'll be going more in length over this though. But I just wanted to show you guys. This is what I'm going to be using for to measure the power. Right. The first thing I got is the thing I said I was going to get. Okay, and it's this. This came. Mr. Aragon Strider recommended this to me, and it's made by TP Link. Okay, and it's the Casa, and it's a smart PDU essentially. That's what it is. It's a 120 little PDU, and it can actually monitor and cycle all these ports individually because they're all smart plugs. Um, so that's what I was originally gonna do. Now a company reached out to me that I've never even heard of before. I don't know how they said they watched my latest AI testing video. So somebody either that knows that business or somebody from that business watches me, which thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's called Toggled IQ. And maybe Retro Mike or any of those other real big tech guys have heard of this company. I haven't personally, but they sent me over some stuff. And I have 4 of these, by the way. Okay. And this will measure the power. I can also cycle it. I can do scheduling. I can do all kinds of stuff with this thing here. And it's all done right here through this thing, right? And they even wired me up a box too. They're like, we can make you a little 120 outlet. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, let's do it. So the company's called Toggled IQ. There's all, and and now this box is 120K, but I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up. Come on. This will do all the way up to 347 volts. Okay. So it does 120 to 347 volts. So you can use this on your 240. Okay. And no, don't plug it into this data port. This is supposed to be an extension later to something else. I think it might be PoE. It says if you plug it into Ethernet into something, it'll damage it or something. So I don't know. I just read the instructions. That's what it said to do. So I'm not doing that. It's all Bluetooth. So I'm really excited. I'm going to be using these. They sent me 4 of them to allow me to do my testing with these. So I have a call with them over the next day. And like that company actually has it to where you can actually have multi-sites. You can have multi-areas, multi-networks. Like you can draw an entire map and like you could have like 10 different buildings and you could say, because they have these other sensors too. I have one of these sensors. It detects light. Okay, this isn't like a Wi-Fi hotspot. You can tell it like during the night, I want you to turn on this plug, or during the day, I want you to turn off the lights. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's really cool. They're gonna have a Zoom meeting with me hopefully in the next day or two, and we're gonna go over the fine elements of how to use their software. So yeah, that's I'm gonna be using. I might use both because I have 3 machines downstairs, which I'll probably use with these outlets they gave me, and then I'll use the TP Link one upstairs because I have one 4090 rig up there, and then that way I could test all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. Second TL. They do.
Wife
They can make my wife not snoring. I mean, maybe.
That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. Let's see here. Oh man. Anyway, heard about TCP link security issues with CCP. Is Mr. GPU Riser still watching?
I don't know. He was earlier. I think he said I think you meant TP link, not TCP link, right? You meant TP link. Maybe I'm wrong. Did I ask that question, Todd? I usually don't use TP Link, but that was recommended to me by Aragon. The main reason I got this, okay, guys, is price, right? I'm not gonna lie. Like, even and look, they haven't even talked about affiliate codes or whatever. Like, they just sent it to me for nothing, and I don't get to keep it. I got to send it back. But it's just like, what's the price of this, right? That gives me 2 outlets, right? Versus this thing here that I bought for, I don't know, $35, $40 on Amazon. You know what I mean? So, but I do want to check it out.
Trying to see. I'm still getting used to this new management software. I don't even know how to see with all this stuff. How does this work?
Yeah, you can totally use Xeons, man. Why wouldn't you be able to use Xeons?
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Let's see here. Retro King, Casa Smart Outlets also work for a couple sensory crypto projects. Hi-Fi and maybe Fry as well. Possible element data as well. That's Casa Strip should work too. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, Tech Man. So this strip is for 120, right? Obviously. Okay. So just know this. Don't plug this into 340. But this one can do up to, I said it earlier, it was 347 volt. Okay. So 122, 347 is what it can handle. So if you are trying to, obviously you can put in a different junction box, right, and get like an L630, you know what I mean, receptacle in there. I made that for 120 because that's what I'm using it for, because I don't have any 240 over here. He won't use TV. He won't use PV Farmer firmware, but uses TP Link. The TP Link thing is going to be on a totally separate network. You know what I mean? So I'm not worried about it. And no, I won't use PV Farmer.
I guess that never went. So weird, man.
What's weird?
No, I'm trying to learn the new management software stuff. Is just it's interesting. I thought Mike got something, but apparently he didn't, and I have to go re-enter it because it's late. So
you're fired. I mean,
yeah.
Besides that, though, I mean, I'm GPU mining again, so that's fun. I kept one rig that's spec mining right now. It's been a week, so I'll say what it is now. You know what I mean? That way I had a little bit of a bag, and that way people don't copy me. So I'm mining that new Telesta AI that came out a while ago for like the last week. So getting a bag of that. Look at Retro Mike clowning on Gordon Murray here. He says, I run Casa plugs everywhere. I have zero concerns. What are they going to do? Just turn off my power-hungry hardware and save me my electric bill?
Yeah, I haven't, to be honest, I'm not even, actually, I do have an update on the mining stuff that I'm doing. I switched my S19K, that's overclocked, to solo mining Bitcoin Cash. That's what I did. Did that yesterday.
Okay.
So.
You're solo mining?
Yeah, solo mining, yeah. Because I mean, the odds are, because it cost me, $190 or something like that to run it. then if you hit a block, it's $1,000. So if you hit a block once in 2 months, which is I think is the estimate, still profitable. So
that's if you hit the block in 2 months.
yeah, that's if. I mean, it's not making anything
I just want to point
now. It's either turn it off or just let it be negative. So might as well just take a shot in the dark.
Oh my god!
With your whole farm though, I think what's your hash rate for the whole farm, King?
I mean, like if I want it to be like full blast, probably at like 2.8 with all my stuff.
28 petahash?
No, 2.8 petahash.
2.8 petahash. I don't know.
That's 280 machines. I don't have that. Depending on which machines.
At 2.8, let's see here. So for Bitcoin Cash, the petahash at 2.8, you have a 1 in 1 chance to hit one a week. You have a 1 in 9 chance of hitting one per day, and you have, based on your chances, you should average 3.5 blocks a month for $1,000 a block.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you. Okay, do you want me to tell you how much it's going to cost me to run that?
To run them all? Blast? No, I'm sure it's going to be expensive. What's it like? $2,500?
No, it's more than that. Just over at my other tier 1 hosting provider that has the 22 machines of mine, that's gonna run me, I think I did the math, it's about like 30, I think it's about 3,700 for if I turn them all the way on. Now I could do brains to be more efficient, so if you wanted to run the efficient numbers, I would be more like at 2.4. And then that would put me at about like
your chances are still pretty good. 1.1 in 10 chance a day. So you have a 10% chance every day of hitting it. And every week you should hit one a week based on the current difficulty. That's what it's saying. Okay, you should hit one per week.
But if I don't, though, I'm going to tell you this, Kate. It's still going to cost me like $3,500-ish to run that farm.
It's a complete gambling play. It's a play, but with that many units, I don't know. 1 month, take a shot, see what happens.
No, thanks. No, I'll turn it on. You can rent it from me, all right? But you got to put the money in an escrow.
I wish.
You got to put the money in an escrow.
If I had $3,000 to throw and try, I would. Trust me. Because if it's one a week, if it's saying you should hit one a week, I mean, I'd take a shot. So you're saying there's a chance? Yeah, I'm saying it. I'm definitely saying there's a chance. So for everybody that's just joining, we did announce $5 Cumulus nodes at terrahosting.io for Flux. If you're interested, you can go ahead and lock up your subscription, even if you have to wait. But make sure you guys do fill out the forms, okay? Please. $5 Cumulus nodes are now the new price for Flux. Have at it. Enjoy. If you have any questions, let me know in the Discord. I'm sure we'll have some questions. We live in nice.
Yes. I have 2 gigabit Fios internet. Question on Salad: is it beneficial to turn off bandwidth sharing? I'm gonna say no, because look, me and Brandon have talked to a very old school Salad person that's been doing the AI thing for a long time, and he doesn't have it enabled. And hey, this dude is like, because he's been doing it forever for them, and he's just built up all those chopping hours, right? He just gets like $7 jobs, and he has it disabled, so you don't need that. And I'm gonna tell you this: even not having it on, you're still gonna go through a few terabits of data if you have like 4 or 5 rigs on there. It's gonna. I hope Fios is unlimited. I'm not familiar with Verizon's internet plans, but hopefully it's unlimited. Otherwise, watch out for that bill. It's going to be a harsh one. We need 100-watt ASICs for Doge. No thanks. We're not hosting any more of the little units. Those are nothing but nightmares.
Yeah, no, the little ones, no, they're not. They're not. I mean, not from at this. I think custom computing is still taking them though.
Zed asked if I seen the song in Discord. No, I haven't. Which channel did you put it in? I'll take a look later. Yeah, the thing is, guys, is like we did that for a little while, but I want you to think about this, okay? This is just like I'm gonna put this in perspective. All right. If we host, like, we'll just say, what were those gold ones? They were like 300 or 400 watts, right? For those gold shells, right?
Yeah,
like 300-400.
They were iPolos.
I don't remember. Yeah, but they were the gold ones,
V1
though, right?
mini Wi-Fi's, yeah.
Yeah, they were a step up because I have the 100 mega hash one. This is like the 300 or 400 mega hash one, right? 300 watts. Okay, we would make in 1 year $6 profit from that machine. Okay, if nobody touched it. Okay, as soon as I do a pull change and I have to watch the machine and wait for it, 10 minutes later get on the pull, we just lost all of our money. So it's just like
it's just,
hosting.
In the more simple terms, they don't make us any money.
Yeah,
they don't make us anything. They're not profitable for us to host. Even if we paid 1 or 2 cents, we would still make no money on them. So that's why they're designed to be home miners. They're not designed to be, they're not large big boy ASICs. This is we did try it initially to try to accommodate, but it just became too much work.
Well, yeah, people wanted to change, like, because they were doing unmineable, right? So anytime they wanted to move coins, it was just.
Geek Trade says, "Wait, I thought Terra was a 501c3." Yeah, no, we are for profit. Thank you. Get out of here with that. Does that mean you won't host? Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying, Joker Miner, if you want to go deer hunting this year, I've never been deer hunting, but I'm down.
Let's see here. So he said, Retro Mike says, does that mean you won't host Bacal big boy units, S19 form factor, 1 algo uses 400 watts? No, only because, Mike, it's just everything comes down to a formula, and the formulas are at 2,500 watt minimums per slot. And once you start going below that, we start losing our margin. And yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to run anything under 2,500 watts. I mean, don't get me wrong, we did look at it when we opened, because we were like, all right, let's just cater to the people that can't get their stuff hosted, but yeah, so it just doesn't work, unfortunately. So yep. All right, so looking at the nodes, let's see, how many people did we get? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4 orders. Looks like there's 4 there. Okay, let's see, I have to keep count, so that's 5, 6. And it looks like we have 8. All right, cool. So 8 more Cumulus nodes.
I hit 2 Casper blocks today. So
you did?
I'm pretty happy about that with my solo mining. So that's the broken KS3M. Actually, the other one broke too when I tried to move it. I changed the settings on the miner to mine solo on that one too, and guess what? The fan went out when I did that. So
Zarkov.
it's been dead ever since. I could do a couple. I mean, like, how many do you need, dude?
We have 150 available, so
whatever you need, we got. All right.
There's 150 available right now, so there's plenty of room for Cumulus nodes. I'm gonna do the graphics and everything now, but once I put this out on the Flux Discord, I can't wait to see And don't get me wrong, like I really, you know, I'm all about healthy competition, but I cannot wait to see what the competition is. They're probably going to be so mad at what we're doing because we keep driving the price down. Well, and to be honest with everybody, like the Flux nodes for us is just a. Don't get me wrong, it's part of the business, but Terra is so wide in, you know, what we have for as far as like revenue streams, right? So we have this hardware, it was sitting doing nothing. So King's like, all right, well, let's just get $5 nodes. Frank was on board with it. Let's just use this hardware. We don't really need to, you know, throw this stuff away. Why don't we just turn it into something? Let's get aggressive. Let's fill it up. At least people are using it and it's doing something. So let's just get aggressive and use it. So, Crazy Monkey Crypto says, where's the link? Terrahosting.io. You can go sign up right at the website. I can put a link for you if you need it.
No, we make exceptions for the E9. The E9 is actually like 20. Was it 25 or like 2800?
2280
right
or
there.
Something like that.
It's right there on. It's right there on the thing. It's a major bit main unit though, so we take that one.
Which they don't play nice with a lot of pools though.
The really E9. Don't. Oh
yeah, no. They don't. I mean, the only pool I've really got them to work on without issue is 2 miners, and I don't know why. It just works easy on 2 miners. So, I mean, we have a good ping to it from the facility as well, so it works out. But yeah. Let's see. Geek of All Trades says, Crypto Frank, I got a stack of server hardware. If you need more infrastructure, nobody on marketing is biting.
Those are gonna be Xeons. Very good. We're getting away from the Xeons. We're going. I get to play with, like, you know, Gen 3 dual epics and.
Oh, watch out, big boy stuff. Big boy stuff. Zarkov says, what's the best pool to solo mine from your facility? For what coin? Crazy Monkey Crypto, they have some fudged up firmware on the E9 Pros. Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it says $1.50 for all of it.
the E9, even the E9 itself, like any of those,
they were still profitable for a while.
When we got our first E9, that was from a client. I went through like 4 pools until I got one, and I think he's on F2 pool because I finally got that one to work.
So Zarkov, 2 miners has got a good ping. I'm doing via BTC for solo mining BCH, and I did notice it's very weird here. I'm going to share my screen real quick. I'll show you guys. My rejection rate went above 10% for like a couple hours, and I didn't know why. And then it just went back down to 0. But I've tested the ping from the facility, and it was right around 40. So it wasn't awful for solo mining. I mean, obviously, eventually Terra, once we get the green light, we are going to be working with another company for a pool. That's in the future, not right now. But once that happens, then there's going to be talks of, for our clients only, a node on site. That is something that we've looked at. We kind of want to explore it a little bit more, but you can't put the cart before the horse, right? So we got to worry about getting our new facility online and all that good stuff. But 140 terahash currently. This changed right before I put it to solo, which on shout out to Via BTC. They sponsored my YouTube channel. Great people. But what I found out was, in order to get it to solo, there's not an actual like stratum, right, for solo. You have to go to mine settings and you have to change the payment method, and that's where you hit solo. It was for like 10 minutes. I'm like, where's the port? Like, what port is it? And it doesn't work like that on Via. I really like Via BTC, never had a problem, but I don't have any rejection right now. But I did get up this one was at 22%, then this one was at 20. So down here it hit like 9 or 10, but maybe that was just on the way up here. But I don't know what caused these rejection rates to skyrocket here, but it's pretty much flatlined right now. So I'll keep monitoring it though. Anyway.
Oh man, he says his friend got that home equity loan. He's about to buy miners with it. Oh no.
The hobbyist miner is going live to do a giveaway. Right now?
What are you doing? What are you doing, hobbyist?
What are you doing?
We own this hour, as Hawk would say.
Yeah, we do own this fucking hour. No, he's a hobbyist. See, this is like a thing that I kind of believe in, especially in this community, because we're so. He's going live at 11 o'clock. Okay, he's waiting for us to end. It's right. So he's assuming we're not going to go for 2 hours. So I like to think this way. I know a lot of other content creators don't like to think this way, but that's okay. It doesn't make them bad people or anything. It's just in our community, if someone's going live or plans to do it, I don't think it's good for 2 people to go live. Now, recently, I'm kind of putting my foot in my mouth a little bit because I did do it once when Max went live. I went earlier than Max, but I didn't think that the Elon Musk and Donald Trump X Spaces thing was going to last that long and have delays. I was hoping it was going to end, right as Max was starting out into his stream, and then I was going to move everyone over, but it ended up going really, really long, and I had about 90 people in there, and everybody wanted to listen to it because they couldn't get in, and it was a big deal. So, but other than that, I tend to not try to overlap. I don't think it's I don't know. I just don't think it's professional, especially if someone goes live on a certain day and then you go live, we're all in the same community, very close niche community.
He's referring to me, everybody. It's okay because
King doesn't give a shit. So King doesn't care. King's response is, "You don't own YouTube." That's what he tells me. You don't own Discord. You don't own YouTube. Fuck you, Hawk. I can do what I want. That's King's response to everything. So
there's only millions of people on this platform. It's okay.
Yeah, it's only millions. There's only millions of people. There's only about 50 of them that watch us. So, so anyway. But it's I personally don't like to do that.
I'm dying right now.
If King goes live and and I was gonna do a random live stream, if he scheduled it first, I just won't do it because it's stupid. We have the same audience. Why would I go and pull from his live stream if he's got something to talk about? I wouldn't do that. So, but it's okay. And then if Panda goes live at the same time me and him go live, everyone doesn't give a shit. They're just gonna go to watch Panda. So it doesn't matter.
To be fair, though, all the times I did do it, though, I didn't check YouTube to see if other people are live because they're just random times. So, but to go back a little bit to the Flux nodes, you said that there was newer people, but I only got one new form coming in. So.
Yeah, you guys got to fill out the forms. Please fill out the forms. That's the only way we're going to be able to activate it. I love all of you, but I chase my son all day. I don't want to chase everybody to go get the forms done. Make sure you fill out the forms. Now, there is one person that needs to wait to fill out the form, and I said, okay, I wrote his name down. But the rest of you, I think there's 2 people that have to wait, and I think they're messaging me now. Hold on.
Oh, no. Here's a little troll. I had to put this on the screen. God says, I do got to say, Hawk Crypto Miner he respects when others go live when he's awake, at least.
Yeah. I completely overslept on Go. Well, you tried to get me at 9 a.m. or something. I was like, dude, I ain't gonna go. Yes, Carl Coat, you do. Okay, for everybody that's just joining, we will not give you the 1,000 Flux. You need your 1,000 Flux, yes. Red Panda says, that's right, Hawk, know your place. I don't know, I feel super guilty typing that. I'm sorry. Yeah, you don't. No, you don't. You're just writing that so you don't seem like a dickhead at the end of that sentence. That's why you're writing it. Fucking Panda, Captain Save-A-Ho today. What's wrong with you?
Voice, if you need a little help finding that information, I do have an older video, but it's still, the information hasn't changed. You can go check out my node video of how to make a Flux node, and you can see where you have to copy in all the information, right? Or you can watch anyone else's Flux. On the Flux website, they show you as well where you need the information too for your Flux node. So they do have guides out there in case you get lost.
Goat's like, dude, it was noon on a Sunday. I'm like, yeah, 9 a.m. I know. No, Panda,
RPM
you're
at the
not a
top of
dick.
the
I'm just kidding.
RPM at the top of the ETMC pyramid.
Panda. So I don't know
Oh,
if Panda caught it, but we're doing $5 Cumulus nodes now, Panda. I know you just got here. Golden Wolf, what's up, man? Sorry, I run my own nodes. That's perfectly fine. You run your own nodes at home. That's perfectly fine. A lot of people, some people don't have the bandwidth. Some people are not able to have because they don't have infrastructure, and those are the people that we cater to. But yes, keeping it more decentralized, run them at home if you have extra hardware. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
he says
So
he's painting.
he's
This
he's
is a
painting the
really
floor in his garage or something.
it's a really weird time to be painting.
He just
Why are you painting at
he
night?
just does like random things all day long. Like I
Like
I help run 2 companies, okay, Terra included. I watch my son all day long, and I have time to answer my phone. I text Panda, he gets back to me a week later. He's like, "Oh, my bad, I didn't see this," or "My bad, I didn't see it." It's lies. I don't believe you. I'm gonna FaceTime him right now. I want to see this floor.
oh no, it's 7 o'clock at night where he is, so it's probably just the sun's probably just setting over there in the where he lives. But
I want to see this floor. I don't believe you.
oh no,
Show me this floor right now. Show me this floor.
he's up in the paint.
Show me. No, you are not super busy. Show me this floor. I want to see it. Come on. Come on, Panda. Answer the phone. Hold on. Let's see. I like calling him out on stream. Yeah, I know, Carl. I know. Thanks for that harsh reality.
Well, I mean, he must really like you, Hawk, because I don't even have his phone number.
I have both of his phone numbers. He tried to get me to delete the other one. Said doesn't use it anymore. It's all lies.
Oh, you got the secret girlfriend number, huh? Okay.
Yep. What's up, Black Hat team?
Oh no.
Panda's giving out nodes. Let's go. What is he doing? Giving out nodes, huh? Don't answer, Panda. He's gonna dox you. I would never dox Panda. I have pictures of Panda and his family when we were all together, and I would never dox. I would always respect his privacy. I would never do that. I'm his muscle, man. I mean, come on. He lives vicariously through me. He just stands in the background. He's like, Hawk, go tell that guy to fuck off. Hey, fuck off, man.
Well, now you just let everybody know, so don't lose your cell phone.
Well, they're not going to know because no one knows who he is. How are they going to know who it is? Oh, okay, here's Hawk with some Asian guy. Huh. Oh, wait, no, that's Red Panda Mining. No one's going to go through my phone and realize that that's Pam.
I don't remember him being Asian.
Yeah. His name is Red Panda. I mean, Panda's the mastermind behind the crypto market. I think it is. Time to SIM swap. Actually, Retro Mike, I don't have a SIM card in these new phones. They do the eSIM now. So you don't have to get a SIM card anymore. So you have no risk of SIM swapping anymore.
I'm sharing my screen for a little bit so we can get back onto like a crypto topic. So
yeah, let's get back on a topic that's not profitable. Go ahead.
Wait, I'm making $6.24 a day. What are you talking about?
$6 a day. Watch out. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Off of one. Yeah.
I mean,
right
one?
now.
Oh, one, not all 5. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Check Discord. What does he want?
So, I mean, you guys can see here that I'm on the Flux score right now, rented at 26 cents an hour for the 4090. So, not a stellar price, but it is rented, and it's been almost a whole day. It's been rented for a solid day. So,
all right, for the record, King, real quick, Panda did send me pictures in our chat. He is painting. I think this is his rental property, but he's painting right now. So, I believe him. I believe you.
Really? I don't believe Panda. You don't believe people that leave GPUs on the ground, okay? All right.
Let me get a pen. I got to start writing people down here. All right.
But yeah, this is their AI services. So I thought it was just really cool that it's actually coming to fruition here. They're actually making money on Flux. That's how Hawk got Panda's number using the photos as extortion. I
Yeah, no, I'm sure that was yeah, no.
mean, dang, I was hoping Marcus was gonna hit me back, but
Where's
he's
his
probably.
Where's his feet in the picture? Did he charge you for the feed pics? No, no, no. He threw those in. He threw those in.
When do they plan on incorporating? Soon. I did talk. So I did have a call for Hive, and you can actually see the Hive. This is right here. Is the is the tab for the enterprise. Um, I'm not. I don't want to show anything until Marcus gives me the okay. And for all of you who don't know Marcus, Marcus is the one that worked with Octominer to develop all the Octo features. So that's who I'm working with directly is Marcus and Andre, the one of their lead developers. I did ask him that question. So they're going to be kind of more of like a marketplace for marketplaces, and they still feel like the timeline is still going to be about in that 2 to 3 month period when I asked them. So that's going to be really nice where they're going to be able to list on Flux, Core, Vast. I could have sworn there was one more. Maybe I'm wrong. But they still plan to make it just a toggle over, just like a toggle switch. It's going to be interesting how they do that though, because like Vast has a completely different way of setting up than Core does, or Flux Core. And there's I've tried to use 2204 with Vast, but I've always had issues with it, and I go back to 2004. So it'll be interesting to me to see how they're able to like mingle with all these different types of installations and things like that. I'm interested to see how the implementation works out.
Alrighty then. Let's see here. Let's see, 1,000% extortion. Oh, come on, I'm small potatoes.
So, and currently right now, dude, my salad is like complete ass. Like I had 2 days of all my rigs making zero, no money. Not one 4090 was making money. Nothing. No 4060 Ti's. It was straight garbage.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
it's just so many people. There's so much hardware in our community, man, that it's just, somebody mentions something and everyone's, just trying to put it to work, make some passive income. And then especially now, the economy kind of sucks. People have, I'm sure, are getting cut back on overtime and stuff. So we have all this hardware and just trying to make some extra money. I get it.
You really didn't say that. Come on.
Let's see here.
Hey, get your mind out of the gutter, all right?
Yeah. The goat. What did he say? Oh, please don't make me talk. Yeah, it's weird. My 3090s, no jobs, but my 3080 has a job on Salad. Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I'm definitely gonna go back to Vast. I was gonna load it up tonight after the stream.
What do you have? 4090s?
Yeah, I'm gonna put 4. Thank you.
I'm just being honest with you. I was rented within 3 hours. It's been solid.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I'm gonna try to run them a little bit, but I need to take that rig up to the data center and plug it in.
Oh, sorry. I have to go. I can't help you with the networking.
Yeah, just give me an IP address. I should be fine after that. I'm gonna put a big giant $5 right on this thumbnail. Just a giant $5 like sign.
So the next 2 rigs I need to build and get them up before I start doing the power metering is I need to go back on, have one rig go back to Vast, and then another rig. I got to do Chlor, which I made an account, but I haven't done Chlor before, so this is going to be a little bit different for me. I know Aragon Strider's done Chlor, so and he said it was pretty. He said it was pretty easy. I also need to make a guide for Flux Core because there is some. It's pretty straightforward, but there's a couple of things to know. But it's a pretty straightforward install. Guys, I have some Salad Machine and Vast and Flux Core. Have all three services, and you make money. Yeah, I mean, you're just kind of diversifying across it. But this is what I really think: Vast and Salad, right, and possibly Chlor. I think Aragon said this about Chlor too. Is as soon as school got out, right, for summer, Vast and everything dipped off, right? High school students, college students, all these people that use these platforms because they're cost efficient, right, compared to other platforms. I'm assuming this is what they use. You know what I mean? So I expect this within the next month to start ramping back up again. And that's my hope, at least.
Yeah, I need to get up to the data center probably tomorrow. And then I gotta go fix something, and then
I'm waiting for King to show me more platforms. No, I don't want to keep. I already went to a secret one that this thing told me about, and there's another one that I found that's just for universities. And I'm not saying, hey, I ain't saying nothing.
There it is, the gatekeeping.
Yeah, gatekeeping for myself so I make money. That's right. Oh, I tell you guys are gonna kill it all for me. I need to be rented for a solid month before I let anyone know about it.
Let's see. I'm getting paid 7 coins off the mini Doge. It's dope. Oh, nice.
Yeah, there you go, Hawk. Look, you see, Hawk. Go ahead, you right here. 127.0.0.1.
Yeah, I'm sure that's it. Let's see here. Put this out on social media now. I just have to edit it.
Joker Miner says, I am on an AI board at work to try and figure out how students are using it. Huh. That'd be cool. T-Dub. The Windows version does work, but you can't use it for AI. AI only works for Linux installs only right now. And then, yeah, go ahead, Hawk.
No. I'm just, I think unfortunately, a lot of the students are using, they're using this, and this is a good idea, actually. I shouldn't give my ideas out on a live stream, but I'm sure somebody's already done it, where they need to develop an AI that, or a program, machine learning program that can tell if students are using AI. You know what I mean? And I think they've already started to do stuff like this because a lot of students were just cheating on their stuff, which, honestly speaking, they're just cheating themselves in the long run by trying to just, trying to game the system a little bit. But if they really want to stop that, like Joker Miner is saying, then someone's got to develop one that just can tell if a student is doing it. Crazy Monkey Crypto says, I think they've done that already. I think so too. But they definitely need to get a little bit more.
What was that thing that Microsoft has? But that's for like videos and images. Yeah, I don't know how they do it for like papers or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So it says, wow, a lot of people typed in. Geek of All Trade says they have AI check apps. Hawk Crypto Flux is doing that with Project Mayhem, but on a larger level. They do. I use it to check emails I get from people, says Frank. Oh my God, Uncle Hawk is talking. Bad Ace. What did he say? What does that mean? Vinny Del Greco said Copilot. Joker Miner says, Hawk Crypto, we have software for it. We are trying to show and teach students the right way. Interesting. Chat GPT has some pretty obvious trends if you give them basic prompts. What's up, Crypto 440? All right, so this is pretty easy. What else you guys got? Oh yeah, no. Well, they are cheating themselves. I mean, you really are. I mean, if you go to school and you just copy, you ain't learning nothing. And then you're just gonna be a dumbass and just paying for education just to get a piece of paper. Which don't get me wrong, I think college at some level is a little bit of a scam. I mean, but I don't.
Well,
it takes a lot of work to get like doctorate degrees and PhDs and all that stuff. So it does take
I
a
know,
lot of work.
but just think about the amount of debt you have to go into to get that, though, right? I mean, you're
yeah,
talking
it's
like
not pretty.
It's like $200,000 to $300,000 in debt. That's like the cost of a house. And hey, when you do bankruptcy, Kay, you can't bankrupt student loan debt. You know what I mean? You have to pay that back.
Here's my
forever.
thing too, though. Like I had a friend who went to medical school. She became I can't remember the term. They work on just babies, but she works in like the NICU, where like preemies and kids with issues when they're born. There's a name for it. I just can't remember it at the top of my head. But when she got hired, she's been hired now for it got to be over 10 years, and she paid her student loans off in just about 5 years. So it depends on what job you're going for and how much, you know what I mean? Neonatal. Is that what it is? Neonatal? No, I think it's something else. That didn't ring a bell. There's another name for it. But anyway, point is that like depending on what you're going for, it could set you up good or it could set you up bad. Now, this is where I think trade schools do very well. I think trade schools don't cost a lot of money compared to colleges, and you could walk out making tons of money. I mean, if plumbers make crazy money, man, and that's an industry that's only grown because more people are just shitting everywhere.
No, don't be a plumber. Be an electrician, okay? Look,
it's another one.
I've been in the trades, okay?
Is it neonatal?
I did commercial plumbing for a little while, and those guys are fucking assholes. But
Chump's a nice guy.
No, yeah, but he wasn't into commercial plumbing. He was a residential plumber. But so they did a study, right? You know what I mean? And like in tests and all that stuff. Like if you went off to go to college to go be a doctor, or if you were 18 and went right into being an electrician, who would be a millionaire first?
Oh, the electrician, hands down.
But only though. But listen, but only though if you lived below your means, saved your money and invested, right? The electrician will beat the doctor every single time, right? Because the doctor has to pay back all of his debt before he can start accumulating wealth, right? Mm-hmm. So now granted, the doctor's going to make more, but he also has to go to school and then pay off debt and then build wealth, right? So he's like starting like kind of like, he's like delayed, you know what I mean, by like 8 years.
Yeah, I think
so. It's crazy.
I think the world needs a balance of both, to be honest with you. I think the world needs a balance of both between people in trades and then collegiate educated people. I mean, certain jobs and certain professions need those people. Like, I can tell you this. I was listening to Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's got a really good podcast, and he had Terrence Howard on there. Now, if anybody watched the Terrence Howard interviews, they were wild, right? He had the first one, which was like 3 hours long, and I'm watching all this stuff, right? And Terrence Howard is not educated in physics so much. He's an autodidact. He's self-taught. He self-taught himself all the way through. And then he makes all these outrageous claims, and he sent like stuff to Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Neil deGrasse Tyson redlined it, sent it back, and said all this stuff was crazy, right? So finally, he gets Joe Rogan actually helps him get on the second interview with an actual physicist, like an astrophysicist, and very smart guy. I cannot remember his name, but I did look into a lot of the stuff that he has, and he just made Terrence look like. And I like Terrence Howard as an actor. I really do. I think he's a great guy. It just made him look like a complete moron. So there's you need people in that. You need college for that. You know what I mean? Weinstein was his name. That's right. Like, he completely made Terrence Howard. Like, he's sitting there and he's actually like Neil deGrasse Tyson didn't even give him a chance, right? But Weinstein's sitting there and he's listening to him. He's just saying, all right, give me what you got and I'll tell you the math behind it. And now I've always loved astrophysics. So I'm sitting there listening to this guy and I'm like, oh my, for 3 hours, I'm laying in bed just listening,
Yeah,
and it's crazy. But you need people on
but
both sides. Is my point. You need tradesmen and you need college educated people. The problem is that the swing for cost is so much from one to the other that it's more people are going to move towards trades, and then we're going to have a higher education problem. Go ahead.
but there is some people that are exception to that rule, like Elon. You know what I mean? Who self-taught himself physics and things like that. You know what I mean? Because you can find all the information that's out there, but you just have to teach yourself, right? And there's only, I think,
Well,
a certain number of people in this world that'll work that hard. You know what I mean? And this is like, this is to me like, this is like also goes like to his work ethic, right? Is like Elon slept at the factory for a few years, right, to prove a point that he wasn't better than any one of those guys on the factory floor.
right.
But that's
Well,
his work ethic, right? Is he's going to work 150 hours a week until it gets done. You know what I mean?
so one thing, King, to back up what you're saying, skill will always beat talent. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have any skill, you're not going to go anywhere. Elon has skill, not so much the talent, because he didn't go to school and learn all that stuff, right? He learned on his own. He actually does have a few degrees. He actually is pretty smart. But the point is that he started a company, knew nothing about it, and he brought people in and he learned from them, right? That's also a way that, one way or another, you're paying for that kind of education, whether you start a company and invest and hire people, or you go to college and you learn, right? Skill, talent you have naturally, and this is the quote Will Smith: talent everybody has naturally. Skill is only obtained from hours and hours and hours of beating on a craft. And if you study hard enough, your skill will always beat somebody who has talent but they're lazy. How many people do you know, King, that are really good at stuff, but you just can't, they just don't take it seriously? Or it could be anything. It's a very general question. There's a lot of people who are insanely good at things, very smart people, who just get caught up in the mix and do nothing with their lives. But then there's people who, you see it on the Ferraris driving down in Miami where the license plate says dropout. And these are not smart people, but they're rich people because they have skill and they learned and they figured it out. They played to their strengths. So anyway, it's not, I think anybody has the opportunity to do anything. It just depends on how bad you want it. Elon wanted to be successful that bad that he was going to risk everything. He made tons of money off PayPal. He could have been retired. He could have been done. He bankrupted himself on the 4th launch of SpaceX to try to get that rocket into orbit. Like, it is what it is. So, I can teach anybody to code. I can't teach the desire and will to work. Yeah, that's skill. The desire and will to work is skill. It's not talent. That's work ethic. That is skill. That's embedded in that. We call that in law enforcement, we call that killer instinct. There's some people that, this, King, you worked in a plant where you had to rely on people for safety. You had some people that just got it, right? They were smart, they knew what they were doing, and then you just had people who just couldn't pick it up and figure it out.
We had this one guy who like, and I hated our foreman, dude. This guy would like show up like half drunk to work, and I would just tell him, because he almost hit me one night with a fucking I-beam, and I said, hey, when you're working with me at night, just stand over there in that fucking circle, okay? Don't fucking move. I don't care if you're not working. I don't care just move the broom. I don't care. Just stand over there because I don't want to die, okay? You're not going to crush me with a 20,000-pound pipe, okay? Just stay over there. Leave me.
I can tell you this. I had people in law enforcement that when they would get on the radio to come back me up, I would cancel them and ask for another unit. Or we had an ongoing sentiment on the shift where if this person was going to a call, it's 2 backup officers are going to go, right? That's dangerous, especially in that job. So, and you hear about these cops all the time. They're typically the cops that shoot people when they weren't supposed to. So anyway, I can tell you that everyone's got talent. It's just how far do you want to apply yourself? You know what I mean? And I think someone like Elon Musk, and Frank said it right, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, they dropped out. They dropped out of college. I think Gates dropped out of, he dropped out of college, and then He had an idea and he stuck with it. And he says, I'm gonna do this no matter what. I'm gonna win no matter what. He had that. No one's gonna stop me from doing this, and that's the attitude in business that you have to have. And it was a really good interview with Elon Musk when he said, how many times I wanted to quit and I just didn't want to do this anymore, and then just kind of keep chugging along. So, it's interesting. It's interesting to get into the minds of successful people. They think completely. They don't take no for an answer. They don't take no for an answer. Oh, we can't do this because this X, Y, Z.
Well,
no, we'll figure it out. Like that's their thing. Yeah. Even if no one there is qualified. Someone's
and it comes down to just the amount of work you put in. Like I don't if anybody remembers when Kobe first came in the league, he wasn't as great as he was, right? When he first came in the league, he wasn't that great, right? But what he did do is he trained twice as much as everybody else, right? He would train 3 or 4 times a day. He would start at like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Michael Jordan was kicked off the high school basketball team.
I didn't know that.
Albert Einstein, you know who that is?
Yeah.
They told his mother that he was borderline retarded. I'm not trying to be funny, like medically retarded, that he would never amount to anything. Modern day physics is here because of that guy and a few others, obviously. But I mean, there's no judging anyone. I mean, everyone talks ill of this guy, and I'm going to use him as an example though, because he has a lot of failures. Donald Trump has failed numerous times in businesses and lost millions and millions of dollars before he ever gained where his fortune was. So it's the point I'm trying to make is the determination to keep going forward.
We have a fact checker. He maxed it.
He was removed. He was not. Yeah. Okay. Whatever, Max. Thanks, Dad. Whatever. He was kicked off his team. He wasn't put on, or whatever. He didn't make varsity.
But yeah,
he didn't make the team. Yeah. The point Max. The point is that they all had adversity. They all had to overcome adversity.
Yeah. But well, we going for like an hour and a half. We actually have a few people on X watching, like 20 people, so that's kind of cool. If you guys got any last minute questions for me and Mr. Hawk, about whatever, and then I guess if anyone's joining late, we're doing $5 cumulus nodes.
Oh, he was cut. Okay, Max, he was cut. Whatever. Jeez. He was cut. Okay, he was cut from the team.
COBOL? I've never heard of that language. COBOL is very widely used, strange and true. They are in high demand because of all the old timers are like 55 to 60 and retiring. Huh. Crypto Frank says you learn 10 times more from failing than succeeding. Every failure brings you closer to the success story of your dream. If someone says they never fail, it's a red flag for sure.
I'm 30. I'm in my early 30s. I've had 4 careers.
And that, hey, you have a new search project now. Look, Panda said he made 10 YouTube channels before this one.
Mm-hmm.
You might have shown his face. Just start looking up random animals with mine.
What's up, Mike Hill? But yeah, I mean, I have respect for people that don't take no for an answer, and they keep going and going and going. So it does take that to be successful. It doesn't come easy.
Amplifier's asking us for price predictions for Flux and Dynex.
Price predictions?
We don't really do that.
Man, that's borderline financial advice, brother.
Yeah.
I think it'll be significantly more than that what we have now, but I don't know.
Retro Mike says COBOL is the first programming language we were taught in college. Huh. I'm not a coder, man, but I'll I'm always down to learn new things, like I'm trying to like do, ASIC repair training, be a coder. I mean, just more hats that, more tools under the belt.
Amplifier.
Like an amplifier.
I mean, do you want it to be the other way around? I can tell you to quit. Yeah, just quit, bro. Just fuck it. Don't do nothing.
It's just because I watch a lot of motivational people, like those guys on YouTube, like Dave Ramsey and
mindset
Grant
is
Cardone
everything.
guy.
Your mindset is everything.
Mindset's a lot, and then just learning like how to live below your means and actually putting money into investments. You know what I mean? I was listening to somebody. They did like a hard, legitimate study across 10,000 millionaires, right? And they ranged from ages like 30 to 70, right? And they asked them, did they ever buy a brand new car or lease a car? And that's because that's what a lot of us do. And I'm going to say I was guilty of that too. I financed my Tesla, but I just paid it off. But 82% of those guys said they never leased or financed a single thing, and they always drove used cars.
Well, it's also relative though, because I'll go get a 1-year-old, Mercedes S500, or I'll go buy a new one. It's still a higher end car. It's relative. You know what I mean? Like it's not.
Most of them bought cars that were at least 5 years old, because usually within the first few years you lose about 60% of the value of the car.
If you make $10,000 a month, paying $500 a month for a car payment is not considered over your means. You know what I mean? So it's relative.
I would say yes and no to that question. I would rather pay $5,000. I would rather pay $5,000 for a used car. If I could go back about some of my purchases and buy, just think about it. If I bought a $5,000 car or whatever, I mean, if I sold my Tesla and my Ram, I could probably get like $70K. Go buy a $5,000 used car and put the other $65K to go make me money. If I kept the vehicles, how much of that money would I be able to keep over the next, I don't know, 5 or 10 years? Is the money going to go up or is it going to go down? It's going to go down.
Yeah.
If I put the 70K from selling the cars and buying the used car, how much money? If I put 70,000 in, I mean, here I'll bring up a compound interest calculator just to show you the number. It's going to be.
I know how it works.
It's going to be extremely ridiculous.
Everyone's got to have a vice, though. Everyone's got to have a vice. And if you like cars and you can afford it, then you only live once. You can't take the money with you, which a lot of these financial people forget to understand. I'm not saying go bankrupt yourself and don't leave anything for your family, but go enjoy yourself. If you can afford a Ferrari or a Bentley and you want to do that, go do it. Because you could slip in the shower tomorrow that all your financial planning and all your shit means nothing. It means dick.
All right, let me just share this.
That's my salary.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you hope that doesn't happen, but I just found this compound interest calculator. Okay, let's say I sold the cars. I got 75,000. I bought a used car for $5,000. I took that 70,000 today. In 25 years, what that money is going to be? It's going to be over $500,000 with compounding, and that's at 8%. Which statistically, it says that over time, if you did the S&P 500 and most mutual funds, you'll be more at like 10%. Okay.
Hey, King, I have a question. If you don't mind me asking.
I went up 2%. Yeah.
So let's say you buy a $5,000 car or a $10,000 car. It's out of warranty and it breaks. It costs you another $5,000 to fix it. What do you do?
I'm gonna fix it.
Let's say it costs you $5,000, or you have a warranty where you don't. I mean, So it could be what the point I'm trying to make to you is that it could be looked at from both perspectives. I will just use cars for example. Buying a new or used car does not always work for everybody else, right? I lease all my cars because I get tired of them.
Yeah,
and I don't ever want to own a car. It's depreciating.
Yeah,
but I'm okay with making a payment.
Oh no, I'm saying sorry to everybody else. My frequency for the compound interest was monthly, not annually. Sorry. So it's actually $750,000 at 10% if you did the $70,000. But I'm just trying to show you that one-time investment in that many years, and just think about that. If you started when you were 18 years old and you started with $1,000 and you put in, I don't know, I'm going to say another 1,000, right, over the next 25 years, at 43 years old, you'd have $1.2 million. You'd be considered to be a millionaire. But this is it. It's a choice to live below your means, though. You know what I mean? This is like, it's what's more important to you. Do you want to have some of the nice pleasures in life? And everybody has their thing. Vices. I'm no different than anyone else. I'm trying to just cut my vices, but it's just like that's just been my kick lately. Like, I wanna triple my net worth over the next 10 years. You know what I mean? At least.
I can tell you this. When I was on the street, police, that I saved my money. Obviously, I have a retirement and all that good stuff, but I didn't really spare expense when I wanted to go and enjoy myself because I saw death. I saw how fast your life can end, and when you see stuff like that, this changes people's minds. Most people don't have these experiences, so you can go. In my career, there was always a time where it was very violent. A lot of us didn't know, you go home, there's always a small chance, right around 25-30% chance that you may not come home. That was the odds. Especially people in the military, even higher. So if I had extra money, I went on my days off, I enjoyed myself. I went on trips, I bought a motorcycle, I did things that I wanted to enjoy, because if I'm within reason, obviously, you don't just spend everything, you got to save. But within reason, I enjoyed myself. So I think it comes down to, I knew this one guy, old guy, used to come to the restaurant all the time. Very nice guy, rich as hell, never had kids, never got married, didn't do nothing. When he died, you know what happened to his money?
No.
He did nothing. It was frugal. He didn't even drink a drink at the restaurant. He just took water because it was free. You're talking that like GPU risers, like level 500. Okay.
All right. I'm just going to show the calculator. I just want to show one more thing on the calculator.
$25 million, roughly 25 of all his money. Guess where it went? It got seized by the government.
Oh.
So you saved money for the government. Enjoy yourself.
Someone else said that $1 million isn't going to be much in the end. No, it's not. But if you got an annual return,
you're just making 10%, a point.
No. Yeah, I'm making a point, but what I want you to see, though, there's two things. One, if you get 10% a year, you could leave the 1.24 million in there and live off 120 grand a year. Okay. But what I want you to see is once you hit $1 million, just watch how much shorter things get. What after three more years? It took you 25 years to get to 1.2, but look, it's only going to take you maybe 4 years, 5 more years to get to the next mark, 5 years more to get to $2 million because of compound. Oh, you can raise. Sorry,
I just want to make sure you were done. I want to interrupt you. Most rich people don't follow this formula. You know why, right?
No. Why?
I'm just being honest with you. Because most entrepreneurs and people who became rich risked everything they had to get to where they are, i.e. Elon Musk. He was worth more than $25-30 million at one point when he sold when he was one of the co-founders of PayPal. He had a large stake in it, right? And he dumped everything he had and even went in debt, damn near bankruptcy, to start SpaceX. Now, if it was me and I had 30 million in the bank and you're my financial advisor and I went, hey, King, I want to start a space company. You look at me like I had 6 heads and I was crazy. Now he's a billionaire. Most successful people do not follow these models. They don't listen to Dave Ramsey. They don't listen to none of that bullshit. Dave Ramsey and all those guys, all they're doing is selling pipe dreams to people. They're selling courses. That's what they're doing. And they're getting views. Most rich, successful people who become rich and wealthy don't follow these models. They take chances. I'm just being real. That's what they do, because I've met them.
I'm gonna disagree with you on that, because I've met a lot of very well-off people who worked at companies like my dad did, Boeing, and have a lot invested into their retirements and did very, very well just with traditional investing with compound interest. But they started way young. You know what I mean? I'm talking. You're talking when you're 20 years old, you're saving money. You know what I mean? Every month. Most people, when they're 20, they're doing keggers and going out and partying and, you know, not saving a dollar. It's just, I don't know. It's just, you know, everybody has their own thing. You know what I mean?
Dom Jesus, in 30 years, I'll be 80. I'll probably shit my pants 2 million and shit my pants. Not my life goal. I think, I honestly, I've never met, don't get me wrong, like I'm kind of talking a little out of pocket, but like everyone should save their money. You know what I mean? Everybody should have good, you know, have a retirement, have a savings, have at least a year, 2 years worth of pay put away. God forbid something happens to you. You know, I'm all about that. Pay your houses off. I'm all about it. Trust me. But I also walk a fine line between, you know, enjoying my life and living below my means. Like, if I want to take a trip somewhere, I can get up and take a trip. Not right now because we started Terra, but if we didn't start Terra and I was, you know, where I was before, I'd been completely fine. If, you know, when I started in the crypto mining, starting a company and all this other stuff, I mean, it was a $250,000 investment. That was a lot of money. You know what I mean? And you look at the risk, but I'm kind of, am I gambling? Yeah, I'm gambling. But everyone successful who started businesses and became someone, they risk that. You have to risk it all to get to that level. Or you can live a good life and, you know, put your money away and, you know, use your antenna TV and, you know, and go live in an apartment somewhere and just be if that's what makes you happy. I think it comes down to whatever makes everybody happy. If it makes you happy to be that way, then by all means, you know, I mean, God bless you. I really do. I think it just comes down to what you're comfortable with, what your risk tolerance is, and what you want out of life. It's going to change for everybody. Most people disagree with me when I said, you know, you have to risk it all to be successful. Most people said that most rich people don't agree with these models. Listen, having $1 or $2 million does not make you rich. Having $5 million doesn't make you rich. It makes you comfortable. To be rich, you're talking about $25, $30, $40 million at minimum to even be in that club.
Well, so I guess it depends. So it depends to me what you define as rich, or freedom from everything, right? I mean, to me, if you think about it in retrospect, I mean, if you had $2 million and, I mean, you could just put it in a high yield interest savings account and get like $90,000 a year, and that's the lowest risk thing on the planet, right? Which you can live very comfortably with $90,000 a year. So I mean, to me, it's all in, I guess, what's your goal in the grand scheme of things? Is it to get to $1 million or $2 million, and then you could just invest that money, live off the interest, you know what I mean, and have $100,000 to $200,000 a year, which is great money? Or do I agree? Are you talking about like, we want to buy a plane and we want to go around the world? Is that what you're talking about? Okay.
I mean, it just depends. Me, I'm shooting. Look here, Max said it correctly. He said, "Rich is a state of mind. It's everyone's own." Like for me, I would trade all my money and everything if God came up to me and said, "You can be healthy and average, or you could be rich with ailments." I'm going to be healthy with average. I mean, for me, health is wealth, right? I always focus on health and what's important. But if I had to choose, you know what I mean, then yeah, I would definitely want the greater things in life, and I would want to be up there. But everybody has their different level of it. Like Geek said, it's completely subjective to what you want. Most people have great families, healthy kids, and, you know, good situation setups, and to them they're rich because they're invested in the people around them, and, you know, they're rich that way. I'm solely talking about money. Me and King are talking about money. So when it comes to money, it just really depends on, you know, like right now, the way that I live in my lifestyle, I'd be happy with 200, 300,000 a year and not doing anything. You know what I mean? I'd stop at that, but I know myself though, and what my attitude is, and I'm always wanting to go to the next step. What's going to be the next thing? And most people are like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, it is a matter of perspective. Good health spawn 12 mini hawks. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think it's just what other people. It's whatever you consider to me to be financial freedom, right? Whatever that is to you.
I think it's human nature. Human nature is that people always want more. They say that they'll be they'll be noble and say, "Oh, I'm happy with this, I'm happy with that." And there comes a day where somebody sits down and they go, "Okay, I want to do something different, or I want more." This is why we have a jobs market. People go to different jobs. They're not content. Humans are not never to be content. Most human beings are not content. You'll sit there, you'll be like, "Yeah, I got a great job, got a good family, I'm cool." Then you'll get to your job after a decade and you'll go, "Okay, what's next?" Or if you're not moving up in the company, what's next? Am I just a dead end? You know what I mean? It just seems to be, it's always a chase. That's why it says the Declaration of Independence says the pursuit of happiness, because it's always a pursuit. That's human nature. No human being, in my opinion, ever stays content. Like, you always trying to do something different, or you're always trying to better yourself or improve. I don't know.
Yeah. And I mean, this is the other part of the equation you have to do, right? Is time is like Frank says, time is the only thing that you can't buy with money. You know what I mean? So eventually you want to get to whatever your goal is the fastest, right? And everybody's situation, work environments, income is all different from everyone else's, but you need to do whatever you need to do to get to that goal the quickest. This way you can enjoy, whatever it is you want to enjoy the most of, right? Whatever the quickest route is. Who needs a yacht? Give me a kayak, says Retro Mike.
That's human nature though. Like, you get the kayak, right? And you're like, "Oh man, this is great." You make a little bit more money, you're like, "Fuck this kayak, I want a motorboat." And you get a boat with a motor, and it's 10 feet. Then you're like, "Oh, this is great." And someone drives by on a 25 footer and you can afford it. Then you go in a 20. It's just the same thing. It's the same with everybody. Everybody's the same way. Every human being.
Yeah.
They are. Why did you jump in with Terra with us? You wanted to do something with your life. You wanted to progress. You wanted to go farther. Same concept.
Well,
why me and Mike started it.
I mean, I wanted to start a hosting company, but yeah, I mean, to me,
go
I was
farther.
also, to me, I didn't have to do that, right? Because, I'm kind of financially stable. I didn't have to take the risk. You know what I mean? I could have not done it. But I'm glad I did, and I'm happy with my choice. And to me, though, it's just like I don't know. I see. I'm not going to be one of those guys that ever gets, I guess, rich and is just going to drive the Lambo down to Starbucks. I couldn't do that. That's just not in me. I'm a workaholic. I can't do it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll probably still drive down there and do that, but then I'm going to work. But yeah, I'm not that guy.
I think I think people like us and most of the chat, younger generation, type A personalities, it's very hard to stay put for too long. Like, I was in a job for almost 7 years and I was already getting bored. I was like, all right, there's no movement here. There is, but there isn't. What am I going to do? I'm never going to get the kind of notoriety that I want out of my life. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try something different. But Amplifier said something earlier that I didn't forget. He said, but you need the people who do the farming and all the stuff, the lower end stuff. Well, yeah, that's what makes everybody different. That's why the top 1% of the world are where they are, and the 99 are not. I mean, so anyway, Mike said, I had all the tangible things. One day came home from work, looked at everything and realized I had no one to share it with, sold it all, moved to Tennessee and started over from scratch. That's what I'm saying. Nobody stays. Every human being wants to move and improve. Or you should want to do that, depending on what age you are in. Just my opinion. So that's why like saving too much or living below your means sometimes could really, if you get used to that, it could be dangerous. Being alone is dangerous. Doing that, playing safe, could be dangerous at times in life, especially times like in our age group where we have to work the hardest if we want to have, success in the future. You don't want to wait till you're 50 to start a company, 60 to start a company. You want to do it now. So,
Yusuf, I'm going to solve this one problem, and then we're going to sign off. It's been almost 2 hours. But if it's a 4 amp fan, how much power is it pulling? Is it 120 volt or is it 240? And then you just do the math. That's all you need.
Zarkov said something. They say if you evened out all the money in the world, eventually it would redistribute back to how it was. Yeah, because it's human nature. Some people are okay with some people will strive for more. Geek Vault Trade said, my mom always told me something that stuck with me. Figure out what you love to do, find a way to make money doing it. Exactly. And then you'll never work a day in your life. Again, it just depends on who you are, where you come from, and what you want.
What do you mean? What math? You don't know how to calculate your watts? What? You call yourself a crypto miner?
Can I leave everything and move near the new Terra hosting location? We talked about this. We had a conversation.
Listen here, Panda. I'm going to be straight with you. If you're going to do that, okay, you're cleaning rigs and getting in the gutter just like me, Panda. You're not just be some glorified feet pick dude that just roams around and just throws a GPU on the floor every once in a while and shoots a video, okay? You're going to be sitting there repasting cards. You're getting in the trenches. He's going to have you in
the suck. Just with nothing but hot air just blowing in your face as you're repatting cards. Purposely, he's going to put an ASIC right in front of you in your workstation. Yeah. That's so funny. To end this, like you said, though, there was a guy that I met a long time ago, and I've said this before, a customer of ours, he was dying, and he's laying in his deathbed, and he's telling me, I asked him, I said, because I get a little profound, if you guys haven't noticed, and I asked him, I said, what are your biggest regrets in life? And this is, when you find someone in this situation, talk to these people, because it'll really change how you think. He said, I wish I would have taken more risks. I said, like what? I wish I would have, I made a lot of money. I wish I would have dumped a lot of that money, started a company, or maybe just did something more where it was exciting and risky. I played it safe my entire life. And he goes, don't get me wrong, my family is set, I'm good, and I'll leave a legacy behind, but I don't feel complete because I didn't do what I felt like I really wanted to do. Damn. Like that, when I was like 22, that I'll never forget it. That changed everything about how I thought. So again, with that being said, the Hobbyist Miner should be going live in about 7 minutes. He is doing a giveaway, so make sure you guys go in there and say, Hawk said to spend all your money in the chat. And you guys have a great Tuesday.
I didn't set up a raid. I'm a bad friend. Sorry, Hobbyist.
You can still set up the raid. You can still set up the raid. Just go on YouTube and go to the video on YouTube, hit edit, and then you could set up the raid before we sign off.
Boy, he's making me do this live, man. I'm a bad friend. I didn't know he was going live.
They can't see what you're doing.
Yeah, edit, and then it's here.
Monetize. Come watch me win. That's right.
There we go.
Don't take no for an answer. If you guys have any questions about the $5 Cumulus nodes while King is doing that, please let me know. I'm going to put out the post now, but I wanted to tell you guys all about it first so you guys get preference because we have limited spots. I'm going to go put it out in the Flux Discord in the next 15-20 minutes, so make sure you guys go check it out. If you want more Cumulus nodes, only $5, and you must have your own Flux. Terra is not supplying your Flux. I can't believe I have to say that, but you got to say it. So,
yeah. All right. We're off. And,
all right. Cool.
Yep. And next week's on Hawk's channel. So
all right, guys. I'll see you on Thursday. Peace.
Peace.